How to flirt on the internet. In this section, we are going to give you 5 steps of how to flirt on the internet, with which you will have better marked the way to conquer the girl you want online. 1. Create an attractive profile. This is the first and fundamental step of how to flirt on the internet. And it is because the first impression really counts, especially on the internet, where users can quickly decide if they want to meet you or not, just by checking your profile. 2. Say the best of you with your photos and/or biography. The photos that you think may be the best are not always for others. Ask your friends how striking your photos look. Choose the best ones for your profile. Also add information about the person you are looking for, as well as information about how you are. Do not exaggerate or say anything that is not true. Neither do you indicate that you are handsome, it will only make her understand that you are narcissistic. 3. Visit chat rooms to flirt. Most are crammed with men looking for sex. But that does not mean that women are missing. There are always women looking to flirt. No one said that to flirt on the internet would be easy, but it is not impossible either. So you have the opportunity if you search for it yourself. Some paid sites are dedicated to finding a partner. 4. Make the conversation not boring. Being fun, interested, pleasant and interesting are qualities that will make the job of how to flirt on the internet easier. If the conversation is boring, everything will end in nothing. If you are going to flirt online, you have to acquire practice and handle the situation. Therefore, apply these tips according to the situation, and, above all, do not let the conversation be boring. 5. Apply a seduction strategy. Learning to seduce online will give you a great advantage. Mainly because flirting on the internet is closely related to seduction. 6. Do not say what everyone says. Have you noticed how monotonous chats usually are? Do you find it funny to always talk about the same thing with each new girl who chats with you? Certainly, where are you from, how old are you, what do you do, etc. They are the easiest type of questions to start a conversation, are not they? Not really and yes at the same time. The problem with these questions is created or not with the answers you give, it depends on them if the conversation lengthens or ends soon. The most normal thing is to answer and then ask the same question, but after that nothing will follow. That's where you're not going to connect, because interest has been lost unless she's interested in you because of the answers you've given. How is this solved? One way is by talking about what you want to do or are doing and it sounds promising. It simply awakens interest, instead of giving an answer that she expects beforehand and that will bore her. 7. Let her answer. If you have written to her and she reads your message but has not answered, it may mean that she has overlooked it because she is not interested or that she intends to answer later. It sounds exasperating to have to wait for her answer. And yes, it is synonymous with that you have not connected with her. The solution to this is to propose a more private chat. Exchange numbers, but for that, you know that she has to be interested and that interest is aroused with seduction techniques. 8. Keep trying. Something you must not forget is that it is about the internet. You are connecting with almost everyone. There are girls everywhere. That means that you should not simply limit yourself to 1, and neither to 2 nor to 3. By simple matter of probability, the more you try, the more chance there is of getting what you want. Now, if you want someone specific with whom to have conversations often, seduction is your answer. 9. Show security and serenity. It will seem similar to the previous section, but it is really something very important. When you are comfortable with yourself and the situation, in this case, introducing yourself to a woman, what you transmit is security and serenity. And that spreads. Women want it and will enjoy it with you, without hardly knowing you and, in fact, they will start to become more interested in you. So keep this in mind about security and feeling comfortable when you introduce yourself to a woman. On the other hand, if you get nervous, calm, the worst thing that can happen is that you gain experience in your attempt to present yourself before her, even if you are very interested in that girl, but what the experience brings is worth a lot, as you don't even imagine. 10. Use humor. No woman can resist good humor. In fact, to many men also catch us, in a different way, but with women, it happens that it calls attention in a positive way, if you use good humor. The idea that I try to give you is not that you become a clown and present yourself to everyone that way. Instead of doing something silly, use good humor using ironies, double meanings depending on the type of girl, or talking about typical things in an exaggerated way. Clearly, it will depend on the situation, but with the techniques of seduction, you will also learn how to use the sense of humor effectively either during a conversation or to establish one with an unknown girl. 11. Be honest. It's true, you do not have to tell everything, but do not pretend to present yourself as something you're not. Doing something like that will only lead you to ruin that first good impression you want to leave on her, something that is very important. She will detect many things about you. Maybe not consciously, but her subconscious, that of a woman, in general, is very insightfully and intuitively and will deduce things about you in a matter of seconds. To learn more men dating tips, download my book free by clicking the book image on the right or the link in the description below, and please subscribe to this channel and share this video.